Let's go. This is the JMG Live Music Lounge podcast with Jacquari Harris. Interviews with music artists and special guests from around the world. What's up? I'm Jacquari Harris, your host of the JMG Live Music Lounge, and we are back for the 5th season of JMG Live. In today's episode, I have an interview with the legendary Kevin Aviance. That's right. You know, Kevin has had quite a year since the release of Beyonce's Renaissance album last year. You know, she sampled Cunty, which is one of Kevin's dance hits from the 90s, for her song Pure Honey. Now, Kevin's connection to the Renaissance album has given him a lot of exposure this year, so there was a lot to talk about in this interview.
JMG Live Music Lounge.
Drag icon, chart-topping dance music artist, nightclub personality, member of the House of Aviance, and can we just say fierce? These are just a few ways to describe Kevin Aviance. Now, I was in New York in June for Pride Weekend, and on my first night in New York, I went to Sugarwood to meet Kevin for an interview. Now, if you haven't been or haven't heard of Sugarwood, it's an adult bakery off of Prince Street, and they serve these penis and vajayjay-shaped waffles. Now, I didn't get a chance to try any because I got there late, but they were hosting a big Pride event, so Kevin was there DJing, and he was also hosting a meet and greet for his fans. So when we finally sat down to talk, we jumped right into this Renaissance era, and I asked Kevin, how has his life changed over this past year?
I mean, there's a responsibility I feel like that's been put on me, and I feel very lucky and blessed that, you know, that I was touched by such an amazing thing. So it's kind of like stepping into my shoes and just doing what I need to do. You know, I wake up every day and I thank God, like I always do. You know what I mean? And it has changed a lot because the awareness is there in a way that it wasn't before. And people are so wanting more and more and more and more. So when they have so much need and want, I just want to keep wanting, just keep putting out. So it feels great. It feels great.
That's awesome. So I follow you on Instagram, okay? So I see you traveling, you're on the move, you were just on the West Coast a few days ago, so I know you're getting a lot of exposure right now. What's your favorite thing that's happened since Pure Honey and the album has been released?
It's the fashion end of it. It's been really great because being able to do all the fashion shoots that I wasn't doing before, that I've really never done before. I've always done fashion photo shoots, but I never did fashion shoots. And that's been incredible. So wearing all the couture and being photographed by photographers and everything, it's been like amazing. And at my age too, it's just like so beautiful. So it's just like, you know, I live for clothes and I live for fashion and I live for art of fashion. So it's just been incredible.
And so as far as Pride, obviously it's Pride weekend in New York. For someone who has never been to New York for Pride, what can they expect? And what does Pride mean to you?
Well, Pride is a little bit different this year because we're doing actually as a protest. And to me, it's like, you know, before it was like a celebration, everybody kicking, carrying on, ha ha, he, ha, a lot of rainbow flags. Now, it's not that for me now. I think it's like there's a lot of people that are going through it. My brothers and sisters and trans people and, you know, people that are very close to me that are not being able to work and everything. So it's like we have to do our part to stand up for our friends and stand up for our families and stuff like that. Stand up for our people. It's very important to know that you're walking and you're representing a lot of stuff going on here. You know, we're not a bunch of drag queens walking around here playing with a bunch of children. None of that stuff is real, you know? And so we need to stand up for ourselves and we need to be there for each other right now. And that's what Pride is about.
Mm-hmm. And so what advice would you give a young person that's trying to come out or trying to figure themselves out? I mean, obviously we're older, so we've been in the community for a while, but for someone that's just figuring themselves out, what advice would you give them to move forward and just to be themselves?
Take your time. Take your time and listen. Listen to the elders, you know? I mean, there's not a culture or a race or anything out there that doesn't have you know what's different between us? Our forefathers died. So we really didn't have people guiding us. Now that people are living now and we're different now, so we see a lot of more older people now. Go and talk to the older kids. You can find out your history and find out what's going on. Find out what shoulders you stand on. You didn't do it you're not going to do it by yourself. And there are people out here just like you, and they have a story that can help you. So it's for you to listen, and it's for you to just to know that we as a community, we're here for you.
And so, since Beyonce is bringing the Renaissance tour to the States soon, are you planning on going to the show when it comes to New York? Of course you are, right?
Of course I'm going to the show. That's all you're getting out of me, though, girl.
Okay.
Indian girl.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'll definitely be there when she comes to Houston, of course.
I'm so proud of her and what she's done for our community and what she has lifted up the Black children and Black and brown children let's just say it like that. She lifted up the Black kids and she gave us a voice again. The people are actually listening to us and seeing their talent and all the drama and all the fierceness that's in my community. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, there's so many kids I know that I wish, they're not here with us today. They were so talented and so fierce and so incredible. And I know that they're happy for us. And I know that by her doing that, there's a discussion now happening within our own community, with the Black community, with the Black gay community, where before it really wasn't there before. You know what I mean? If anybody knows, there's an auntie, there's a sissy, butch dyke, tranny. There's in everybody's family, in the Black community. So, this is nothing new. It's just that it's just great to have the conversation and to recognize and be representative of that.
Right. That's really good. Now, what I'm intrigued about is Renaissance Act 2. There's so much buzz and speculation. Everybody's trying to figure it out.
My name is Kevin Aviance, and I'm a fan just like you are, honey. I can't wait. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you've seen some of the clips of the tour overseas. What has been some of your favorite parts of the tour so far?
Cozy's like my favorite thing, and the whole Vogue and the Vogue and the break my, what is it called?
Break My Soul.
Break My Soul in the Vogue, when she walks and she's just like living. In the beginning, how she was just like this. Now she's like carrying. And of course, the opening outfit. Like the opening act, the opening show when she comes out. Oh my God, she just wore the Iris and Herpin. And oh my God, the clothing is just amazing. She just brings it. She brings it.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of the tour. A big part of the concept is the fashion. And I think she kind of flipped the script the way she opened up the show. I don't think anybody was expecting Dangerously in Love, to open up the show. I think people were expecting like Cozy or something else where she's dancing and killing it. What did you think about her opening up the show with the ballad?
I think it sets everybody up for and lets everybody calm themselves and prepare themselves for what is to come. You know what I mean? And then for her too, it's not easy getting on that stage every night. It's not easy trying to get into that person and to like do that. And she's got to do that, emote love and give it all out to the people and not be upset or bitter or anything like that. So it's kind of, I'm sure it's hard for her. It's a lot of energy she's going to get into. It's this stadium, it's a huge stadium she's doing. So I can only imagine. And I love the whole, the cast is amazing.
Yeah, definitely. And so what's coming up next for you, after Pride and after all these events? Do you have any other projects coming up that we should know about?
The Cunty Ball Tour starts in July 18th. And also I have my EP coming out. Nice. So, and then some theatrical things happening. So I'm very excited about that.
Okay. Is there anything else that your fans or the public should know about? Is there anything else going on with you?
My memoirs.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice. How far back in the memoir do you go? Like from childhood to now? How far back?
From birth on. From birth to now. So there's a lot of stories, honey. So many stories.
Okay. Is it more of how you were raised, your family life?
Friends are going to be in it, and they're interviewing a bunch of people, and so it's going to be interesting. A lot of pictures, and I'm very excited. I never thought I ever wanted to do that, but it's been very, very therapeutic and very what's the word? Calming for me because I have a lot of anxiety about it. I had a lot of stories and a lot of not really the prettiest stories in the world. I mean, with drug addiction and sex and everything. It's just it's kind of dark. It's a dark era for me. And when I tell you I'm happy to be here in front of you right now, it's a really beautiful thing. But I think the story is going to be a good story for those people that need to, that need it probably. You know what I mean? Out here.
That's good.
I made it. First, I'm sorry, I made it. I'm on the other side of everything. So
It's good to walk through that so you can grow and go past it.
right, and you know exactly where you are at this moment in time. And I know that I know for a fact that God has a plan for me. You know what I mean? And that's what centers me more than anything. It's that my mom always told me. She said, "You just don't know. When you're ready, you'll know. And when you're ready, you better be ready because it's gonna be incredible." And I was like, "Okay, Mom, what are you talking about?" She knew what she was talking about.
Yes, mama always knows.
Yes, they always know.
Anything else?
Live your dreams and don't look back and put one foot in front of the other and don't worry about a thing. Everything will be all right. It's already all right, girl.
JMG Live Music Lounge.
Subscribe to the JMG Live Music Lounge and be sure to follow us on social media.